Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? Hope it's great and wonderful. My friend posted something on Twitter yesterday that left me thinking for a good bit of the day. And she asked simply, like, what does Christmas mean to people? Is it still a religious holiday, or has it become a secular holiday? Because as a millennial, she doesn't identify as Christian, and neither do any of her friends, but they all still celebrate Christmas. And it made me pause and think about my traditions over the years with my children, also as a child, and how much I don't really know about the season. Because I responded to her and told her, I think we talked about this last year, that me and my kids we celebrate solstice, and we have now for a number of years. And it started in part because, number one, I've always thought that the Christian aspect of the holiday was a little on the nose. This isn't like a dig at Christianity or anything like that, but just the fact that this isn't the season, or the holiday that we celebrate as Christmas is not a Christian tradition. It was appropriated. And I think that's pretty much accepted by everybody at this point, except for Christians, that it's not really their holiday, but they've put their name on it and made it this thing that doesn't really exist. Now, I grew up in a Christian household. We went to church on Sundays. We went to church for Christmas Mass and all that sort of stuff. But it still doesn't hold any special meaning for me religiously. It holds special meaning for me because I like the lights. I like bringing the tree indoors. I like, people tend to spend more time in their homes and bake and cook, and it smells great. That is the coziness of the tradition is what I'm into, or what I like. And so with my kids, we celebrate solstice because that's not any sort of, religious celebration. It's just a acknowledgement of the shortest day of the year, acknowledgement of a solar event, right? And it's kind of, I think that day, whatever the longest day is, it's usually between the 19th and the 21st, is kind of a universally recognized celebration or celebratory time of the year. And so it also helps that they don't have to decide who they're going to spend their holiday with, or have to split time between houses. They come here for solstice. Their mom does Christmas. And part of it, the discussion I had with her was that the cool part about solstice for us is that my kids aren't missing out on the holiday gift giving. They can talk about it with their friends at school. We have a tree upstairs and lights and presents and all that sort of stuff. It's just done a little bit differently, and we don't do it for some sort of religious reason. And I remember growing up, I had Indian friends, a few of Indian friends, and they all celebrated Christmas, and they all had Christmas trees. And it was because but they were Hindu. But their parents didn't want them to miss out on the tradition that everybody else around them was enjoying. And now, thinking about when she asked this question about Christmas, I realized how specifically that is tied to certain regions of the world. And how, I guess the majority of the people on the planet do not celebrate Christmas. We are a minority. And I'm curious to know what other traditions celebrate these kind of impactful gift-giving seasons. Because if you look around social media during this time of the year, it's always like, I'm so stressed out from buying all these gifts. I'm so stressed out from cooking dinner. Like, it seems to be like a trope at this point to complain about Christmas. I've done it, because I've done it. But I'm curious to know, I guess if other traditions, I'm aware that Hanukkah is a very, very different celebration to what Christmas is, and that the Hanukkah celebration isn't about giving your kids tons of things or whatever. But I'm assuming that there are other holiday gift-giving celebrations around the world. I'm assuming that there's some sort of package exchange type celebration, but maybe there isn't. Maybe it's just a very uniquely, European tradition that spread to America and Canada and all that sort of stuff, Mexico or whatever. And maybe it's not necessarily a universal thing to give gifts on a particular day or during a particular season. And I'm really curious about it because it is stressful. It's a very stressful time. I'm done. I've got all of my shopping is complete. I have one thing that I need to make for somebody, but that should go pretty quick. I just have to do it. And I have a dinner to cook and a dinner to buy. I'm going to multiple celebrations this year, just because of the way the family stuff worked out. But I think that for me, the celebration of life, the celebration of the season is more important than anything, right? And bringing lights indoors, and because the light here is gone at 5 o'clock now. Bringing the tree in. I have a fake one, but the symbology is still there. Like, we're not going outside like we used to. Is there similar tradition, say, in China? Do they have some sort of winter festival holiday? I know that Chinese New Year is a really big deal. And I hear about it all the time in the board gaming world because the printers shut down for, weeks. But I don't know if that's like a gift-giving tradition or if that's just something else. In say Russia, where it's a winter most of the year, do they do, like Siberia, do they do anything like that? I don't know. Never really thought about it a whole lot. I know how I grew up, and I know that maybe I pushed back a little hard against the Christmas part of the tradition, and but at the same time, I feel like I haven't done anything wrong in my heart. Like, I'm still a very good person, and I'm not. Anyway, that's beside the point. The point is Christmas, right? What do you do? Do you celebrate it religiously, or do you celebrate it because it has become a cultural norm? Just curious. Let me know in the comments. Also, are you done shopping? Like, are you done? Are you ready? Let me know. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends, wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is irascible. It is an adjective meaning easily irritated or annoyed, prone to losing one's temper, quick to anger. I have never known anyone worth a damn who wasn't irascible. Ezra Pound, an American expatriate poet. Irascible. IRASCIBLE. That's a good one. Irascible. Easily irritated or annoyed. I know some people that applies to.